Copywriting is arguably the most important part of any business. Copywriting is about using words to persuade people to take an action, usually to buy something. And the skill of copywriting is over 5,000 years old. It actually dates back to 3000 BC, when a cloth maker was looking to retrieve one of his slaves. In this video, I will break down what copywriting is for beginners and how to get started and improve your copy. Copywriting is often referred to as copy. You might hear people say writing copy. When it comes to copywriting, it often suffers from this mistaken identity. One quick thing to clear up right away is that copywriting is very different from copywriting. And before I was a founder, marketer, and a sales guy, I was a lawyer. So I can vouch for this. Next, it is not content writing. A lot of people get copywriting confused with content writing. When I write a blog post, social media post, or even the script for this video, that's content writing. So now we know what copywriting is not, let's dive in and talk about what it is and some tips to get you started. The most common type of copy that you will see is website text. This is usually where it all begins. You have an idea for a business or a service that you want to offer. You then need to create a website or a landing page that convinces people to give you their email, phone number, or even make a purchase right then and there. But usually it all starts with getting an email. This is the first step. Copywriting for beginners is what this video is all about. So can you write something compelling enough to get someone to give you their email? Let me use an example. So on my website, Publishing Push, the company that I own, my landing page is structured to convince people that if they are looking for someone to help them publish their book, we are the company to help them. Now, I've been doing this for a very long time, so people give me their email and their phone number. But if you're just getting started with copywriting, your first goal should be to get an email. It's low commitment and it's a great way to test your copywriting skills. Copywriting as well is largely one-directional. It's outcome-driven, it's persuasive, compelling, and it's designed and written with the intention of getting someone to take an action. You want them to do something, usually quite immediately, and ideally in some form of trackable or measurable way, so you can decide if the copy you wrote is effective or not. Now, this may surprise you, but copywriters are not necessarily great writers. They are great marketers. And if you understand marketing and what drives people psychologically, you can become a great copywriter. You can do this being, to be honest, an average writer. You don't need to be Ernest Hemingway to succeed with copywriting. Copywriting is really just taking your sales and marketing thoughts and the ideas and presenting them in written form that gets people to take the action you want. The way I like to think of copywriting is that every single piece of copy acts like a mini salesperson in a way for my business. Your website is a good example of this. And then when you get an email, hopefully from your landing page, you'll then send a drip of emails which convinces your prospect to buy your product or your service, which is more automated sales. You write the copy once and then let the emails sell your products, sell your services. Example, I was on a call today with a client who said he got in touch with me because he loved my emails. They convinced him to pick up the phone, and that led to $7,000 in business, all from copywriting. You see, great copy saves so much time. You don't need to be on the phone one-to-one, speaking to a single person at a time. That one piece of copy posted on social media or sent via email can reach hundreds, thousands, or even millions of people, which makes it that much more important that when you write copy, you do it well and spend time on it. The profit potential from good copy is enormous, right? The impact can be huge. So now I want to talk a little bit about platforms. So every single platform has its own style, its own tone, its own personality. And you need to be thinking about this when you're writing your copy. So the cold email copy that I write is going to be very different to the copy I write in an email to my subscribers or to someone who's already a customer of mine. For example, an organic social media post, again, will have a very different feel to a paid ad where I'm spending money to get people to click. Not to mention the fact that the platform will each have its own style, its own guidelines and restrictions. So for example, when I write an ad for Google Ads, that's going to look really different to an ad I create for Facebook or for Twitter. That's because Google Ads, amongst other things, is search-based. So the user's intent is very different. Not to mention, as I alluded to before, you're limited in terms of characters on different platforms and what you can actually put in the ad. But there are guidelines and principles that have stood the test of time and been around for tens, if not hundreds or thousands of years when it comes to copywriting. So I've covered a lot in this introduction to copywriting. I've explained what it is, I've explained what it isn't, and there are lots of principles, but I want to leave you with something you can use today, right? This is a beginner's guide after all, so I want to leave you with one thing that you can use. The first step of copywriting, think about features versus benefits. The best copywriters know that humans are emotional and we make decisions based on emotions, and then we justify our decisions later with logic. So the cardinal sin of copywriting is to just state the features and all the things that someone's going to get, rather than what actually matters to them, which is the outcome and the benefit that your customer will experience as a result of doing business with you. So when I'm thinking about writing copy, I start by thinking about the emotion I want the reader to feel. Do I want them to feel happy, sad, think, oh my God, be angry? Start with that in mind. You can't just say this product or service is better, because that's boring, it's subjective. Customers have heard it all before, so is it potentially faster, cheaper, more reliable, right? Something that really stands out to them. For example, with my main business, the main reason people use us is because they're frustrated with wasting time on a traditional publisher and they want their book done fast. So I focus my messaging on this. I play on how angry and frustrated they are about having to spend 2 years to try and get a traditional publisher and getting nowhere, versus how happy they'll be when in as little as 12 weeks, they can have their book published, right? And play into their emotions. That's what speaks to them. Now, like I said, this is a beginner's guide, so I have a lot more to share when it comes to copywriting. I've been doing this on ads, landing pages, cold email newsletters for over 12 years. So let me know in the comments down below what else you'd like me to cover about copywriting. There are also a number of amazing marketing and sales tools you can check out down there. Don't forget to subscribe if you got value from the video, hit the like button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.